what is concept and ultimate reality? Let's think about the stone pillar. What is stone pillar? When a group of stone put one stone upon another and bound together, one stone on another in this manner, put range of group of stone together without considering any individual stone, we call it stone pillar. But there's nothing special other than the stone, but we call it stone pillar. And when we consider about individual stone, also made of some kind of materials. When we analyze it by the wisdom, we can see there is no even stone that also some kind of group of elements. These elements, the origins, is called ultimate reality. You know about that. Those are earth element, fire element, water element, wind element, and color element, odor element, taste element, and nutriment elements. 8 elements. Group of 8 elements, the ultimate reality. The concept is stone and the stone pillar. Concept and the ultimate reality. In some manner, without considerations of origin, we call as women, man, boy, girl, likewise. All these are concept, but the origin, the elements, we can say as ultimate reality. Why we cannot see this ultimate reality? We can see only the concept because of delusions. The delusions are ignorance, covered, concealed the minds. To see this reality, we should develop wisdom, and with the light of wisdom we should investigate dependent originations. Then only we can see this reality and we can comprehend this reality. Hello my dumb friends, welcome to my next video. Let's follow the Buddha's path. First of all, let's start with homage to the Blessed One. Namo te Purisajanya, Namo te Purisuttama, Namo te Purisatulya, Namo te Purisasabha, Namo tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma we are discussing on a discourse called Parivimansana Sutta, discourse on thorough investigations of dependent arising or dependent origination. In last discussion, I just introduced about discourse, and today let's go ahead of the same sutta. Thorough investigations of dependent arising. Blessed One, during that time in deth's monastery, and Blessed One addressed the monks. Monks, when investigate the phenomena, the Dharma, for complete distractions of suffering in right way, in what way he should investigate for complete distractions of suffering in right way, in what manner he should investigate for complete distractions of suffering in right way. When the Blessed One asked this, monks replied, "Venerable Sir, our teaching on based of the Blessed One. Our teaching is guided by the Blessed One. The Blessed One, if kindly explain and teach this, the monks will listen carefully and understand this." The Blessed One said, "Okay, monks, then I'll explain this. Pay close attention." Blessed One said to the monks. Blessed One explaining, monks, when the monks thoroughly investigate the phenomena for complete destructions of suffering, he should investigate thus: what is suffering? That's decay and death. Decay and death, which arise in numerous forms and various aspects in this world. Here Blessed One selected the two things as suffering: decay and death. That, as I told you last time, the last factors of the dependent originations. 12 factors. The last is the decay and death. Here Blessed One explained the decay and death as the suffering. Then the monks who investigate thoroughly investigate what is the cause for decay and death, what is the source for decay and death, what is the arising of decay and death, what is the birth of decay and death, what is the cause, what is the source, what is the arising or origin, or what is the birth of decay and death. And when what exists, this suffering, decay and death exist. When what does not exist, does this not exist. monks investigate. So he can comprehend both as a source of decay and death, both as a cause of decay and death, both as a risings of decay and death, both as a birth of decay and death. Monk can investigate, can comprehend. And when there's birth, when birth is exist, decay and death exist too. When the birth does not exist, no decay and death, no decay and death. He comprehend this in this manner. He realize everything about decay and death. He realize the origin of decay and death. He realize the ending of decay and death. He realized the path leading to the ending of decay and death. What is this? This is for noble truth. That means the monks, if really investigate dependent origination, really investigate the decay and death, he should know all this. He should realize it according to the Four Noble Truth. Blessed One said, such a monk who investigate, who analyze the decay and death in this way is called monk who investigate thoroughly investigate the decay and death for the complete destructions of suffering. Blessed One said in this discourse. Then what we should understand here, decay and death is the suffering. For the decay and death, the cause, source, rising and birth is the birth. When there's a birth, decay and death also there are. When there is no birth, no decay and death. So I think it is better if we know the details about these two factors, decay and death. In the Pali scriptures explain
tatta katamang jara yati tanti tansattanang tammi satta nikaye jara jiranata khandichang palichang valittachata ayuno sanghane indriyanam paripako ayang muchyati jara.
Jara, that's a Blessed One's language, Pali language. The brief meaning of this is the aging, ripening, maturing. Aging, ripening, maturing. And breaking off the dry the hair, wrinkle of the skin, and reductions of the lifespan, and the maturing of the faculties in certain pertaining to certain beings or group of assemblage is called decay. This is the brief meaning according to the Pali text. When we just consider about death, we mention like this.
Tatta katamang maranang yate sante sattanam tamma sakta nikaya chukti chavanata bedo antaradhanam macha maranang kalakriya kandanam bedo kalebratsanikkepo jeevitin ryasupacchedo idang ucchati marana.
Marana. The meaning exist or nature of existing and disappearing, breaking up the life faculty, the death called the machu, the Mara's actions, the Mara, and place of death body pertaining to certain the beings is called death. This is the meaning. Okay, let's consider each of these details for your understand. Decay. Almost all beings have to face this death and decay. Almost all beings have to face this. Almost all beings means all three spheres: sensuous spheres, fine material spheres, and immaterial spheres. All 31 planes where we wander. But the measure of experiencing is different. Some spheres, some beings of the spheres experience these in good measures, but some beings experience in lesser extent. Because of birth, not only the decay and death, also there's some other suffering. Sorrow, lamentation, suffering, sad-mindedness, and despair. But this kind of suffering not experienced by the fine material and immaterial spheres being. This kind of suffer experienced only by the sensuous sphere beings. However, the decay and death common for all the beings, the measure is different. Cannot see decay. For explanation called kandichampalicha, that means breaking up and gray hair, wrinkles of the skin, aging, ripening. We explain like that. What it is? All those things, and yes, all the things, sign of decay. Sign of decay. When we become old age, we call now I am become old age. Decay, but that is sign only. We cannot see the function. We cannot see the decay. We can see only the result, the sign. So how do we realize this? Decay, yes, it's like fire to be burns. When we drop something to the fire, the fire can make the object weaken or can destroy. So the nature of fire is weaken or destroy something. The decay also same nature as fire. The decay can weaken the beings and destroy both. That's why the young boy or youth become old-aged man. It can weaken, it can destroy. This is the nature of decay. So we call it fire of decay, as it has the nature of fire to be burned. We call decay as fire of decay. The functions weaken or destroy the object. These functions happen every momently. Is decay unactive. When I told this, sometimes you will think we can see this decay, sign of decay after fully matured. That means when we get old, but infant become small baby or a youth, that cannot see decay. After 30 years or 40, 50 years only we can see decay, because our eye faculty become weak and cannot hear clearly, so ear faculties become weak, our limbs become weak, you will think. So how do we understand from the date that this world exists in this world up to the death, this decay occurring? How do we understand? Yes, I will give you a simple example. Just think, if you throw a stone to the sky, to the space, it will move in beginning very fast it will move up, but you can see it become slow and stop in some distance and start coming back, moved back. How it's happened? In very beginning it's very fast, upper side, because beginning it has enough power, full of power, but when it's moved, every moment the power reduces. So the speed of moving is reduced. We could see it as slow moving. Finally, come back. According to that, we can think, when a being was born into this world, very beginning there's enough strength, enough power, we call it karma power, to generate new corporeality, new materiality. After delivered some other way, that means by edible food, nutriments, and by the heat and cold, fire, we call it fire, and due to the mind, consciousness all these four ways: karma, fire, edible food, and mind, produce corporeality in the being's body, living beings. So the infants become child and youth and middle age because power of growth is higher than the power of decay. Power of growth is past than the power of decay. Power of decay because very beginning has all this power. But after some periods of time, this producing power, power of growth, power of generating is step by step, every moment becomes slow. Therefore, after few years, growth power of growth is reduced and power of decay become higher than the growth. So we can see decay and sign of decay. Understood? That's why in childhood we cannot see the decay, we can see only the growth. But after some time we cannot see the growth developed, we can see only the decay. This is about decay. Now we know decay, it's the nature of fire to weaken and destroy the object. And this decay, every moment it's happen, beginning of existing and until the death, departing from this life. We can see only the sign of decay but not the functions of decay. Suffering of decay experience higher measure by the senses sphere beings than the others. That is due to the power of karma. According to the karma, three types of decay. Not only become old age. So what is that three kind of decay? Lifespan, decay of lifespan. Ayu paricheda jara. All the beings have the limited lifespan. Just think about these beings like lice and bed bugs, home flies or house flies, mosquitoes. Their lifespan only 7 days, 1 week, not more than that. But when we consider about dog, the lifespan is sometimes 10 years, 12 years, like that. And the human being 70 years, 8 years, like that. This is the determined lifespan. All the beings have their determined lifespan according to the karma power. After 7 days, definitely that beings like mosquitoes have to die. After 10 years or 12 years, the dog has to die, if not die due to other reasons during those periods. And when we consider about human being, after 17 years definitely have to die. very rarely only we can see the people live more than 70 years, but only after few years have to die. This one happened because decay, fire of decay. If I give you the example, just in dried leaves, piece of dried leaves we throw to the fire, what will happen? Quickly burn it, quickly. But we draw rollers, the roller is able to withstand the fire a little more than the dried, right? And what about dried piece of dried wood? Yes, the dried wood, piece of dried wood, able to withstand even more than the raw leaves. And the piece of raw wood can withstand a piece of dry wood, piece of iron. Yes, I think no need to tell. It can withstand long time, and copper more than the iron, because the strength of the materials, the object, it can withstand the fire. In similar way, according to the power of karma, the strength of withstanding power of the corporality or mentality of formation is different. When a being born with a weak karma power, when the karma power is weak, cannot withstand the 5 decay, so live only short time. But when the beings are born with powerful karma, such a being can withstand the fire of decay for long periods. That's why lifespan is long. According to that, the gods, the power of karma is higher than the human being. That's why they live for long periods. Right? I think understood how it's happened. This is about life, right? And then this decay can classify to three kind. Decay determine lifespan. Kaya, jara. Continuous decay. What is it? I already told you the corporality or materiality produced by foes in the being's body. Those 4 types: karma produce, mind produce, food produce, and fire produce. I think you can understand this. This thing, if you not received food for few days, what will happen? If not food, become weak quickly. First dried your throat and mouth, and become weak your limbs, and cannot straight up even your head, not enough strength, and cannot manage your body in standing posture straight and fell down, or willingly lay down because not enough power, which can absorb quickly, digest and absorb quickly. After having meals, you will feel comfortable. Your mouth and throat will moisture. Your limbs will enough strength to move. You can straight up your head and you can stand, also walking and those activities. Just think when what happened in lost food and when what happened when you got food. Yes, when not received food, not eat food, the generations of food produce capability reduce in our body. That's why we felt the dried throat and mouth, weak body parts, all those things as a result of lack of food produce capability. When receive food, quickly produce that food produce capability, so become normal. Then things happen always, every momently in this body. That's why we have to eat and drink several times per day. Incidentally always happen this. When lack of food becomes slow, finally, if not food up to 7 days, if not any drinks up to 7 days, completely decay. That means complete decay means the death. That's about edible foods. Weather. Sometimes the weather is very heaty, hot, and sometimes cold. Whether it is cold or heat, our body change. Sometimes very comfortable, sometimes very difficult. In hot days, very difficult. Same thing happen according to the food and drinks. If we eat heaty food, same thing happen. Why? The heat and cold we named as fire. Fire produce corporality. When lack or when more, we feel that it's arising and passing away. Always, every moment will happen in this body, from the date of birth up to the death. Other one is mind produce. According to the power of consciousness, produce material. When we are happy, our mood is very happy. So the friends say, you are very happy today, by seeing our actions, our face. But this thing we got sick for some period and body become weak because our mind, our thought is become negative due to that ailment, that sickness. Then after some periods, when we met the friends, he said, what happened to you? You are like, you become very weak. He said, he could see our appearance and he could understand what happened. Something happened to us. Because when our consciousness is weak, productions of mind produce corporality reduce. So that's how you can see. It's every momentary it's happening in this body, arising corporality and vanishing corporality. Instant decay, this one called instant decay or continuous decay from the birth to the death every momentary. This is another kind of decay. First one already I told you, decay, the lifespan, determine lifespan, and number two is the continuous decay or instant decay, santati jara, and number three is kanika jara. Kanika jara means instantaneous. The lifespans of these formations, mentality or materiality, is very short. The formations, mentality or materiality, the lifespan is very short. It is less than the time taken to single bat of the eyelid. During that period, within that period, these formations, mentality and materiality, arise and vanish more than 100,000 times. 100,000 times. So, I think you can understand. So fast the arising, so fast the vanishing. Short period, the lifespan of this formation. So the Blessed One divide this time, the lifespan of formations, to three parts: arising, static, also can say maturing or ripening, and vanishing. Arising, static, and cessation. Three parts. This is the lifespan of single formation. Single formation. Arising means yes, this thing, days before there's dark, very darkness. The light come in and functioning, coming and functioning, the light. So we call light arises. The darkness disappears at the same time, we call light arises. At the same manner, coming and functioning into a being of formation, mentality or materiality, is which is not exist before, coming and functioning into a being of mentality or materiality which did not before, is called arising. It's certain stream blocking or stopping of this stream, the arising, is called static. Stop the arising, subdued the arising and collapse. Static, the speed of arising, subdue. It's called vanishing, bhanga. This is the three parts of that lifespan of single formations: arising, static, and the cessation. As the speed of arising stops or subdue in static, it's called the decay. Pali terms is kanikajara. In this way, in the beings, can see these three kind of decay. Is what you should understand from this. The decay always happen in the body, not only become old age. Every momently these things happen, become old age. The sign of decay we can see only outside the body, but every momently in the mind and the matter, this thing happen. We can see this only the mind power. It's called wisdom. This is about corporality. What about mentality? Mentality, if you consider about mentality, is there this decay in it? Not only the corporality, the mentality, that's also formation. Common these two factors, this thing sometimes arises, joys arise, have joys arise, happy mind, because of joyful consciousness. Sometimes greedy mind arise, sometimes jealousy mind, sometimes hateful minds, sometimes kind, loving kindness. So many kind of consciousness can arise in the being. When joyous mind arises, we call I'm fine, I'm happy. But after some times, some period of time, we lost that choice, that's happy. So our mood become different, so change. Suddenly the mood becomes sad mood. We can say until now I was happy, but now no more happiness. How it's happened? Because of decay. Moment to moment the consciousness arises joyful. So we are happy, but that joyful consciousness decay. When decayed, lost that one. Therefore, for mentality also common this decay and death. This is about decay and death. Every momently it's happened. By the wisdom we should use, then only we can completely destroy this suffering. For the decay and death, when there's a decay and death, all kind of suffering we have to experience. If not decay and death, no any suffering. So Blessed One said, if you thoroughly investigate these, the cause, the source, the origin and the birth, all these you can understand. Cause, source, arising and birth of the decay is birth. So in next video let's discuss about more details about birth. Till that, may we be let happy, may you all be successful. The merit collected by discussing them, good foundation, strong foundation for the attainment of Nibbana, for me and you too.